All right, on today's adventure, we are trekking deep into the Amazon rainforest of Peru in search of the incredible frogs and amphibians that call this environment home. Now, there is one particular species of frog that I have always wanted to find in the wild, the legendary Pac-Man frog, one of my favorites since childhood. And with any luck, today's the day we're going to catch one. Here we go. There's a lot of species that live out here that are exclusively nocturnal and will be sleeping this morning. So we're gonna have to take our time scanning the leaves, looking for frogs that are up in the canopy off the floor, and there is definitely no guarantee that we're gonna find one. So this is gonna be a great habitat for Pac-Man frog right here. See all in this leaf litter right up against the tree? And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for horns sticking up above the leaves, maybe a set of eyes. Oh, frog right there. Look at this little guy. All right, got it. Oh, this is a monkey frog. Hello. Sorry to wake you up. Don't worry, we'll put you right back. Oh man, this is a juvenile, just a small one. They can get a lot larger than this, but I know it's a monkey frog because of those distinct ridges on the side of its head behind the eyes. Now you can see why they call them monkey frogs. Look at those long limbs and how they walk. Oh, they can jump. Oh, whoa. Hey buddy, where'd you go? Now this is an arboreal species. They live up off of the ground. Being a leaf frog, they have sticky pads on those fingers. What's also unique about this species is you'll notice they're not very wet. They're more damp than anything, and that's because they excrete a waxy substance that protects their skin from moisture loss when they're up in the canopy. All right, probably don't want to handle this frog too much. And it is worth noting, anytime you handle frogs, you want to make sure you're not wearing any insect repellent or sunscreen. I have thoroughly washed my hands this morning in preparation for this adventure. They are very fragile, and any contaminants on your skin can really hurt a frog. So if you're ever out frogging, wash those hands first and afterward. All right, let's put this little fella back and keep on our search. Bye, buddy. So cool. That monkey frog was awesome, and a great way to kick off our search for the Pac-Man frog, a species known to inhabit this particular part of the Amazon rainforest. All right, guys, got a little river crossing here, a little stream ahead. Oh, wow, giant nettle plant, guys. They have huge stinging nettles out here, so careful for those. Oh. Look right there. Look at that, right there. Guys, Mario, is that a fringed? Are you kidding me? Wow, look at that, guys. Oh my gosh. This is like the frog to find here in this part of the Amazon, guys. Wait until you see this frog open up. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yes. Look at that frog. Are you kidding me? Look at this. I'm trying not to drop the frog, but it's hard to keep my composure because of how cool this is of a find, guys. This is the fringed leaf frog. And the reason it's called the fringed leaf frog, look at those fringes on the hind legs. See all the fringes all around its body and its feet? It's able to tuck in and conceal itself, and it blends in perfectly. Let's go back one more time. You see all the spots on this leaf? Look at the spots on the back of this frog. Blends in almost perfectly. I don't think it'll get away if we just let it sit there. Honestly, if we didn't point out that nettle right next to us, right there, I never would have saw this frog.
I can't believe you saw it.
How lucky, how lucky. This is the first time I've ever seen a species this rare during the day. And look at those pads. They are so sticky. They're super gummy and tacky. I could feel with every step, those sticky pads. Oh man, that is so cool. Look at the underside. Look how bright orange it is underneath. Almost has tiger stripes up and down the legs. Look at those eyes. Those eyes are just so cool. Gray with the vertical pupils. So we've seen a lot of leaf frogs in the history of Brave Wilderness, but this is the first truly rare species that we've ever found in the Amazon. We're definitely gonna have to get a few photos before we let this one go. This is one for the wall. Oh my gosh. We're waking up this little frog, keeping it up a little past its bedtime, but that's okay. We're gonna put it right back. But wow, had to show you that one. The fringed leaf frog, guys. Take a good look. You may never see one on video again. Wow. Coming across that fringed leaf frog was a big surprise, and it made me think if we kept spotting all of these incredible species, maybe I would finally track down a Pac-Man frog. You have to cover a lot of ground, but also get a little lucky. Just scanning, looking for anything that stands out. Oh, holy cow, look at the size of that frog, Mario. Look at that. All right, guys, before we get back to it, I've got to tell you about these new shirts that I've been wearing on my adventures lately. The brand is called Poncho, and they are insanely comfortable and durable. They are made from a performance nylon fabric that's extremely breathable, and it has built-in sun protection that dries super fast. When I'm out on these adventures, I'm pretty hard on my gear, so if I'm going to pick a shirt, it needs to be lightweight, flexible, and seriously tough. This one has strong enough thread that if you snag it on a branch, it won't rip or create one of those pesky tears. And actually, I should have been wearing one of these shirts when I filmed that Choya Maze video. This particular shirt is named the Ahi. For me, this neutral solid color is perfect and always fits in when I need it to show up on camera. So if you want something that looks killer and is built to handle the extremes of the outdoors, you gotta check these guys out. Head over to ponchooutdoors.com and find the shirt that fits you best. All right, now back to the action. I can see it from here. See that branch that's hanging over? Oh. Look how big that tree frog is. Oh my goodness, it's a giant. Let's see if we can get a little closer. Hold on, it might jump. That is a big frog. Wow, all right. This, guys, is what's called a gladiator tree frog. How's it going, buddy? Wow, you're huge. Oh my gosh, you're so big. The gladiator tree frog is actually pretty rare for us to find in this environment. Typically, from what I know, you find these frogs closer to streams. So seeing one out here in this dense forest is a real surprise. If you can't tell, I'm shocked, not only by the size of this frog, but the fact that we found one. Oh boy. All right, we got a hopper. Hang on, let's try to calm it down. Try to calm it down. Gladiator tree frog. Why did they get that name? Well, it's because it's one of the few species where the males are actually larger than the females. And almost all frogs, the females are larger, but not the gladiator tree frog. And that is because the males will actually spar and fight for territory. So this, of course, is another arboreal species, a tree frog or a leaf frog. And you can see that it has those big sticky pads, and they are sticky. Man, look at the size of those legs. So you can see that this is a very powerful frog, capable of jumping great distances through the canopy from tree to tree. But I have to say, when it comes to gladiator tree frogs, I think we found a true champion in this one. Let's put him back up on his perch and keep searching for one of those Pac-Man frogs. How cool. For those who don't know, the frog I'm searching for gets its name from the classic video game Pac-Man, where you control a yellow character with a big mouth that moves around the screen, gobbling up everything in sight. All right, guys, a little soupy here. Oh, yeah. Oh. You good? Hang on. Pac-Man. We got a Pac-Man right here. Holy smokes. This is one of my favorite all-time frogs, and now I get to hold one for the first time. We got him, the Pac-Man frog. And if you can't tell, I am over the moon right now. As a kid, I absolutely loved to read about frogs and learn about these amazing amphibians. Of course, my all-time favorite is the green and black poison frog, the Dendrobatus auratus, but this is a very close number 2, the Pac-Man frog. First and foremost, let's just take in how cool this frog looks. Look at how big the face and the mouth is of that frog, but look at how, oh geez, it tried to bite me. Did you see that? Oh geez, it tried to bite me again. Now I've heard they can bite, so I want to be careful. They do have a tooth in there. Oh boy. Hey buddy. Okay. Definitely tried to bite me twice. I'm gonna keep my finger back. I'm gonna point from behind the frog, not in front. All right.
Hungry little guy.
All right. It is stout. You could tell this frog is an ambush predator. Now there are species of horned frogs. You can see the 2 horns above the eyes here. And that's usually all that you will see. And the only reason I was able to really see this frog was because there's a pop of light, almost spotlighting it through the trees. But typically when you find them out here, you'll only see those 2 little points with little eyes sticking up above the leaf litter. They choose to stay hidden so they can ambush their prey as it's walking by. One of the more unique facts about this frog species is it will eat literally anything it can fit into that mouth. And when I say everything's on the menu, literally everything, anything that moves. Other frogs, snakes, and even other Pac-Man frogs. This is a cannibalistic species, so typically you don't find them hanging out right next to each other, unless, of course, it's mating season. Now, this is an adult Pac-Man frog, but they can get a whole lot larger than this. In fact, they can get up to 5 times this size. Imagine a Big Mac sized version of this frog. They can literally get that big. Now, of course, these frogs are very common in the pet trade. There's all different types of color morphs, but the ones that you will see out here in the wilds of the Amazon rainforest are going to be brown and red, like this coloration, and then they would drift all the way to a bright green, which are a little bit more rare, but you can see why. This brown coloration, this brownish red, is a perfect camouflage for the leaf litter in this forest. So just by that fact alone, you'd have to assume there's going to be a lot more of these frogs, this brown color, than the green leaf litter. But you do find them bright green. Even though it does look very toad-like, it is a frog, but they are terrestrial, meaning they're gonna live here on the forest floor, not around the water, not up in the trees. This would be a prey item for predators out here. You'd have birds, small cats like an ocelot would love to make a meal out of a Pac-Man frog. So they definitely want to stay hidden, not only to ambush their prey, but also to evade predators. Look at that little meatball. The Pac-Man frog of the Amazon. Childhood dream come true. Check. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this adventure out into the rainforest of Peru. I certainly did. This is one I will not soon forget. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave, stay wild, and we'll see you on the next adventure. All right, let's go put this Pac-Man frog right back.